Hi friends.
Hi guys.
Welcome to our channel. We are always happy to see you.
Yes.
Thank you our returnees for your love and support. I think they deserve a happy dance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is for our returnees. We love you so much. And in case you're new to this channel, we are
the
Nyagaz. And we welcome you so much. So please don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Hit the like button.
Right.
Hit the notification and you won't miss anything from us.
Absolutely.
Yes. So today, guys, we are going to share with you something very, very important. And that is the cost of living for a family in Dubai.
That's right.
This is in response to our friends who are asking us, what is it like to have a family in Dubai?
That's right.
Well, today we have the answers for you. And in case you missed it, we already did a video before, prior to this, about the cost of living for a single person in Dubai, in case someone was considering to come to Dubai as a single person. So today we are doing the one for the family, and it's all about numbers. So guys, we have been here for the past 12 years.
Yes.
We are a family of 4, as you can see. We have 2 boys, and it was not just a sudden move. We moved here in phases, I should say.
Right.
So it's Moses who moved here first.
Right.
And then after 6 months, I joined him with Rayvon, and Ryan was born here. So that's how we are as a family.
Absolutely.
So guys, you may be considering moving your family here. Maybe you're working in the UAE and you're considering moving your family here, or you may have got a job offer in your country and you're considering to move as a family to the UAE, or you may be one of those people who are like, why is so and so in the UAE for so long and his family is back home? Well, we have the answers for you today.
Yes.
And it's all about figures. Figures.
Yes.
And today we have done the homework for you. We're going to break down the figures, and we hopefully this will help you make that decision. So guys, in as much as you may love your family so dearly and you want them to stay with you in the UAE, well, that's not guaranteed.
True. Because
here in the UAE, there are some requirements that you have to meet in order for you to bring your family to the UAE.
Yeah.
So we are going to tell you the requirements that you need in order for you to get them a residence visa, for them to come to the UAE.
Yes.
And then secondly, we shall tell you the cost of living for a family in Dubai.
That's
so
right.
that you know if you're going to be able to sustain them here or not.
Yeah.
So guys, take out those calculators. Let's do some calculations, because we're going to talk numbers. You have an important decision to make.
Yes, and the first and foremost, we are going to discuss about the requirements of acquiring a residence visa for your family member.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Your salary should be at least 4,000 dirhams.
That's
that is
right.
equivalent to $1,100. Well, you may ask, why this amount? But this amount is the minimal, at least which will help you to be able to sustain your family while in UAE.
At least for the basic needs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, number 2, you should be legally married.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
You should have a marriage certificate that is attested by the government of your home country and the UAE. Like for our case, our marriage certificate had to be attested in Kenya, in Uganda, and in the UAE for it to be legally recognized. So if you don't have a marriage certificate, please work on that as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Next requirement. Then, if you have met the above requirements, then you can apply for the residence entry visa.
Yeah.
Which you will pay around 1,200 dirhams, approximately $330.
So once they get this entry visa, it will enable them to come to the UAE, to enter the UAE. But this is only for about 2 months. And within these 2 months, you have to make another application for now a more permanent visa that will be stamped in their passports. And this also has requirements that are involved. One of those requirements is to have a tenancy contract. So this tenancy contract is evidence that you have secured at least a 1-bedroom flat for your family to live. And it should be attested and certified by the government before you present it for the visa application.
Yes, very important, health insurance. Health insurance is very important and is mandatory for every member of the family to be insured. And this, it costs around 900 dirhams approximately, and this is the basic insurance, which is approximately around $245.
Yes.
Yeah. And very important, medical tests. You cannot secure a residence visa for your family member if he or she has not undergone medical tests.
Yes.
Okay, and this is done for adults.
And in case they fail these medical tests, it's a straight away disqualification to apply for the visa. So it's really critical. So guys, each of your family members will be required to have an identity card, UAE identity card. This is really very important because everyone in the UAE who is legally living in the UAE has an ID card, and this will cost you about 270 dirhams. That will be $74 for each member of your family, even for the kids. So finally guys, when you have all these requirements done, you qualify to have the UAE residency visa stamped in the passports of your family members, and it's really a happy moment. So this visa stamping will only cost 460 dirhams, which is $126. And finally, you can be together as a family in the UAE. Yes. So guys, after the visa is sorted and you're done with it, that's not the end of the story. Because there are other important factors that you need to consider.
That's right.
And this is all about expenses, how you need to sustain your family in the UAE. And the biggest expense is
accommodation.
Yes, indeed, guys, you need accommodation. And you know, accommodation is one big expense that can really take a big part of your salary here in the UAE, because accommodation is expensive.
Finding a very suitable accommodation for your family can be very rewarding, and especially finding accommodation that it is near your workplace.
Yeah.
And for you and your family to live comfortably, you need at least 1-bedroom flat. And okay, it depends with the size of your family. Definitely, if your family says it's more, you need more rooms. But I'm talking of the minimum range. And this will approximate to about 3,000 per month, which will be around $820.
Yes. And together with accommodation, you'll find that there are some utility bills that come along with it. And this is the water and electricity. On an average, it may require you to spend about 700 to 800 dirhams on a monthly basis. And that's around 219 dirhams approximately. So these ones have to be paid every month. And together with that, you find that if you have kids, or even yourself, you want to watch TV, you want Wi-Fi and all these additional facilities, you want phone at home. Yes, these are also necessary. And it's best if you go for a package that involves Wi-Fi, the phone and the TV. That will cost about 450 dirhams, which is around $122. So you need to consider this kind of package also.
Yes, groceries.
Yes.
Very
shopping.
Important. You need to do shopping for
eat
food,
yeah,
for clothes, for your basic needs in the family.
Yeah.
Around UAE, there are good, very good hypermarkets. As you know, Dubai is known for very
shopping.
It's a shopping spree. You can do a shopping spree, and you'll find hypermarkets that will give you the supplies that you want. And we shall approximate this to be around 1,200 on the lower end. Again, it varies according to your purchase or your shopping, but we are approximating it on the lower end of 1,200, around approximating $328 per month.
Yes, and transportation is another expense to consider because you have to move around.
Yes,
and considering that maybe you've just moved to the country, or you've just brought your family, that means that you'll be relying more on public means, like the bus, the train. But for a family, it's more convenient if you can use taxis.
Yes.
But these would be on a little higher side. So for that, you can maybe allocate an amount of 600 dirhams in a month. And that's around $164 because you have to show your family around, you have to move here and there. So I think that will be a very affordable budget to approximate. But I'm telling you guys, if you have a family, please consider buying a car. You know, for us, when we just moved to the UAE during the summer, my goodness, we used to sweat. Our baby was just dying in the stroller. It was just so uncomfortable. And this is just moving a few yards from to the bus stop. But you feel you're dying in the heat, I'm telling you guys. So we were like, my goodness, we have to buy a car. We just had to buy a car. So if you have a family, and especially with kids, just consider buying a car. The good thing is that the banks here, they are always willing to finance. So you don't have to pay to pay a lump sum of money for the car. You can split it in 2 monthly installments, which can be very easy for you to pay. So it's something to think about and consider in case you're having a family here.
Absolutely, very true.
And guys, in case you have kids, please brace yourself because
absolutely.
School in the UAE is not a joke.
Yes.
It's really not a joke. You need to really make proper calculations about school. Here there are so many, because UAE has so many expatriates from different countries. So you'll find there's British curriculum, American curriculum, Indian curriculum, Pakistan, Filipino, blah, blah, blah. So many curriculums, but there's no African curriculum. So you find that you have to look for a curriculum that's suitable for you within your budget. Some curriculums, it's too much. Some are affordable. Some, in other words, you have to really see where you can, what is affordable for you. On a lower end, on an average lower end, you can find schools that range from 12,000 to 15,000 a year. That will be $3,279 to $4,098. So this is a big budget that you really need to think about when you're moving your kids to come and study in the UAE.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, with that said, here comes leisure.
Yes.
You need to have fun as a family.
Oh, yes.
You need to. There are so many attractive places in the UAE.
Oh, yes.
From all the Emirates.
Yes.
So you need to, especially during the weekends, it's when you take your family out maybe in the zoo or in the beach or in some hotel somewhere, or some mountain climbing somewhere around the countryside.
So much to do.
There's so much activities. Or Sky Dubai or Ski Dubai. There's lots of fun.
Yeah.
This is a leisure place, as the world may know the place for. Yeah. And so we just approximated the minimum that you can be able to have fun, you know. Around 500 to 1,000, you can be able to go out for eating or something like that.
Yeah.
Approximately around $137 to $273.
Yes.
So with this amount, you can at least have fun, well, it all depends with the fund that you have to have, the fund that you want to have, and it beds with your budget as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So finally, guys, we have come to the end of our budget. How did you see the figures? My goodness, the figures are just the way that you see them. And this is on a minimal level. We haven't exaggerated them because anyway, it depends on your salary. If you're earning more, why not spend as much as you want?
Yes.
But you can see that it is very hard to sustain a family when on a single income. That means that if you're bringing your partner to the UAE, it's important that they too can look for a job and start working soonest so that you can be able to live comfortably in the UAE and also be able to save some money. Yes. Because you realize that if you have all these expenses on your plate, there won't be any savings left. So yes, it's important that you work together in a partnership so that you can be able to sustain and save money.
Absolutely. So this figure should not discourage you from
yes,
living your Dubai dream.
Yes.
So guys, we have come to the end of our video.
Yes.
And it's our prayer that it is helpful to you, or helpful to your loved one. Yes. And if you're new here, please consider subscribe. For our returnees, please, we thank you so much. Consider to share this video and let everybody know about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Share.
Yes. So till next time.
Bye-bye.
Adios.